and be like, it's gonna be a great time to, you know, fucking step out, get a brewski, grab some snacks, check Twitter, whatever. Like,
Right.
I'm not gonna be hitting up Duolingo trying to prepare for the halftime show. Like, I'm good. I'm sure it'll be nice though. Shout
See,
out to the
I can't name songs of his at all. I don't know any of the dude's songs whatsoever. So I don't know. It's like Shakira. I ain't really know her songs and shit. I knew who it was. I couldn't name a Shakira song to save my life.
Shakira.
I just knew the hips didn't lie. I mean,
It's
I was
gonna be the
gonna,
same shit with the
yeah.
Bad Bunny shit.
Oh, baby,
Yeah, I remember everyone
Yeah,
talking about that damn
that's
Shakira
the
J
one.
Lo show.
ah.
Was the combined age like 100? At least 100 was the combined age of them two on stage. Yeah.
Wait, Shakira and J Lo? That's ridiculous.
No,
That
think
can't be
about
true.
it. Like real shit. Think about it. It was Super Bowl. It was the 100-year anniversary of the NFL season, and you combine the ages of Shakira and J Lo. I'm pretty sure that shit added up to 100 or over 100.
Damn.
Think about it now. Yeah, and you got all them motherfucking gooners and shit talking about, oh my god, the best halftime show ever. I'm like, y'all must not have seen Janet Jackson in 2005. So can't forget about that shit. That was the best halftime show. Prince Purple Rain is up there, but I mean, you pull a titty out on stage, you can't really top that. No, so really can't. But nah, we got this unwatchable ass Thursday night football game. We got the Broncos and the Raiders. It's 7-7 right now. Denver is a fourth quarter team. What are your thoughts on this game? Really, the division, because this game is ass.
Oh my god.
On the division, what are you thinking, Derek? I'm gonna start with you.
I think that the only thing that I have been accurate about all year is the fact that they were going to drum up the drama in the AFC West more than any other division. That's the only thing I've been consistent on every week, and we just got it again with this weird ass failed punt going on. It's the only way they can make this game watchable. With the Chiefs, every other week it's they're back or they lost again or they're out of the playoff picture, but they're still the best team in the league. Chargers can't lose, Broncos can't lose, then the Chargers players get mysteriously injured or removed, and it's just nonstop fuckery with the AFC West. So that's just kind of been like the default, just week to week, constant change. Trying to convince people that the Chiefs are losing it, but I still have faith. I still have faith. This game, I got the Broncos, and I'm gonna stick with it because I'm looking at the records and they're basically reversed. And like you said, the Broncos are a fourth quarter team, so I see them pulling through. But it's also Thursday night, so who fucking knows?
B, what are your thoughts on
Yeah.
this game? The division, the division.
First and foremost, I got the Broncos for this game, right? First and foremost. Um, well, like I've been saying, if any division, 'cause you know, Lobo, you asked about the division, so I must say, if any division can have a three-teamer, I can definitely see not saying it's a foregone conclusion, but I can see the Broncos, I can see the Chargers and the Chiefs. Now, if you asking me about the seeds, I can't tell you that, right? But I can see three teams in this in the playoffs, followed by the NFC West, which should be the Seahawks, 49ers, and the Rams. Same thing, right? They just right across I guess the country from each other. AFC, NFC, West, same old thing. I can see it happening here right now. Now, I know we didn't start week 10. We started this Sunday, but don't be surprised if maybe one of those teams slip out and don't make the playoffs. We don't know. But since you asked me about the vision right now, here and today, as we watch the game, I'm gonna tell you, people, it's looking like it could be three teams making it. Because once again, as much as I shit on the Chiefs, and you guys know that follow me, I fucking hate them, right? But but I go hard on them, but I always tell people it's not personal. If I have to pick the Chiefs, I definitely will pick them without bias. I won't be surprised if they still make it, even though they're counted out so far right now. They probably won't make it, right? But don't be surprised if they even go to to the Super Bowl. It just is what it is, people. So that's just what I think about it right now. As you ask me, I think it's three teams so far. That's only for today as I'm speaking, November 6th. Things can change, but I do think it's a three teams race in the division.
Dale, what's your thoughts?
Mainly I'm with B with this one. It's probably going to be three teams that make the playoffs from this division. Um, so who's going to win the division? I don't think the Chiefs will. We got to look out in advance sometimes, like we always say. Week 18, it's probably going to come down to the Broncos and Chargers. That's what the Week 18 matchup that they do have.
Interesting.
So look out for
Interesting.
that. So
Good
Mm,
gym, Dell. Good gym. I ain't even realized that. I like that.
interesting.
Damn, he got me on
Who you
that
got
one.
winning
I
this game?
like that shit.
Broncos.
Yeah, clean sweep on that one. We'll see if some fuckery happens in the next 15 minutes and 5 seconds. But other news, the Eagles, they keep getting new pieces. And the main question throughout the week is how the fuck are they getting all these people? Doing a little digging. They like to do 1 year deals. But it's mad suspect how many players the Eagles have been getting in the last really 2 years.
You think it's gonna help
What's
them
what's the
though?
end game here?
You think it's gonna help them? I
Not
mean,
win the Super Bowl, but I mean stay afloat, stay in contention and shit like that. But I don't think it's gonna be like them winning a Super Bowl.
that's what I'm saying. I don't see. I honestly I don't see it. I'm like, okay, they got players coming out of retirement. They getting new trades. They getting all of this. It almost honestly, yo, I ain't gonna lie. It almost seems like some NFC Championship and they blow it. That's the furthest they go or some shit like that. To me, that's what it seems like.
I could see that.
Right? Like it feels like that's what
Yeah,
it is. AFC and I mean NFC Championship, and they just blow it in the NFC Championship. I don't know how you guys feel, but it just that's the atmosphere I get when I think about the Warriors as of right now.
the
I'm
Warriors.
sorry, yo, fucking Warriors. Where I get the Warriors from? The Eagles, people.
Cause
The Eagles. I'm so sorry. The Eagles.
They're led by a
That's
light
yeah,
skin.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's all it is.
Thank you, D. At least he
nigga
helped me
said
with
the
that
Warriors.
one,
I was like,
right?
huh?
So yeah, they both led by a light skin. So Steph Curry, Jalen Hurts, same old thing, right? So that's what I mean. The Eagles.
That's funny. Then the Warriors start in Philly anyway, so I mean, I think it all goes full
Technically, yeah.
circle.
Give me a little props for that one.
So yeah, that's the full circle moment right there. Yeah, Noah said it best. They restructure cap space and contracts and things like that. Yeah, so they know what they're doing. Front office knows what they're doing. A lot of people are expecting them to have this, fall off. They just gonna go on this losing streak. Apparently, that's not gonna be the case right now. I still think they prone to one based off, say, AJ Brown drama, things like that. If they decide not to pass the ball when they should in the game, maybe. But they definitely a playoff team, no question about it. With all the things they doing, Derek, Dell, what's y'all's thoughts on the Eagles?
Yeah, I just don't see them being like consistent offensively, like just based off of just the mood, just the aura of the locker room. Especially like I see Jalen Hurts, I see him perform, and I think that he's got it. I just don't think that Saquon has it, and I think in order for them to go far, they're going to need a more reliable running game that's not just relying on the tush push. And I think that over time, in the same way that Saquon got worn down, I think eventually somebody's going to put a good hit on Devontae Smith. Not wishing for an injury or anything, but I think it's just a matter of time with them targeting him more, with A.J. Brown being annoying, Saquon Barkley not really putting in the work that he used to. I feel like it's just a matter of time until they get worn down and they feel that pressure. So definitely a playoff team. Don't see him getting back to the Super Bowl.
Yep. It just reminds me of the playoff team that they had a couple years ago when they lost to the Buccaneers in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
Very good point. Yeah, they start off what 10-0
Yep.
before
Yeah,
they start their little skid, won a couple games just to make the playoffs.
right.
And then we saw what happened against Tampa Bay, that Monday night football game where the defense just let Chris Godwin and whoever have their way with them. Mike Evans. It was forgettable if you're an Eagles fan, but at least they won last year, so you got that to hang your head on. Man, we've had some quarterbacks get the injury bug lately. We've had
You see that Geno Smith play?
CJ Stroud, concussion. Uh this Geno for you, man. Kyler Murray on IR losing his job to Jacoby Brissett. It looks like this might be the last time we see him in a Cardinals uniform. And of course, JD5 with the dislocated elbow. I hate to see it, but does that affect anything, I guess, for any of these teams? Dell, I'm gonna start with you.
The injuries. So
Yeah.
so for the Cardinals, it's actually a good thing that Kyler Murray did get hurt, so they can see that they can move the ball without him in the offense. So Murray was holding them back, and then secondly, for the Jaden Daniels injury, everybody on YouTube, they try to be conspiracy theories, right? Where the same yard line, same thing with RG3, all this, all that. But the good thing about it is he didn't damage any ligaments in the elbow. So it was just a clean dislocation. Do I think it'll affect him? Maybe. We never know, but I doubt it.
I still think that hit was deliberate as fuck. That shit looked deliberate in the motherfucker when I saw it happen. I was like, nah. He put a little extra sauce on that tackle.
Oh, when he yanked
Nah,
him.
nigga tried to hurt him. Yeah, nigga tried to hurt him. I know a deliberate hit when I see one. That was what that was. Definitely. That's like the Teddy Bridgewater shit when he slid. That was deliberate as fuck.
Oh, when he
Same with CJ Stroud. You see them niggas sliding, but you still gonna go in there full speed. Yeah, that was
That's
deliberate as
crazy. Yeah,
fuck.
that is
Can't nobody
wild.
tell me otherwise.
That boy, but it's fucked up because, like you said, Teddy Bridgewater, right? He was literally asleep. If y'all can remember,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
he
right.
was
And
not.
that was the year he could have won MVP
He
too.
was asleep, bro. Like literally.
I ain't been the same since.
But that fat dude literally
Mm-mm-mm.
jumped on top of Geno Smith when he was literally just laying on the ground. Like he's already laying there, and this dude literally just drops his whole body on him. Why?
I was gonna ask if that was Christian Wilkins at first, but I was like, nah, he not in the locker room with him anymore. So, B, what's your thoughts on this QB injury bug going around?
I mean,
All the teams is red
out of
too.
all
It's
the
crazy.
injuries, like if you ask me, I don't think it affects any. Um, I, I don't think it affects anybody, any one of those teams as far as playoffs. To be honest with you, but I'll tell you this: though, I'm pretty interested in seeing what happens with the whole Colin Murray being gone. Right? I would like to see how the Cardinals do now with Brissett. Right? I'm interested to see if they can make some type of a run. Who knows, right? But out of all the quarterback injuries you're talking about, that's the most interesting one. I don't think any other team is really. They, I don't think they was going to the playoffs. All the teams that's going through injuries right now, to be honest with you, I don't think they making the playoffs. Especially Washington.
Yeah, Washington cooked. Arizona, they
They're
cooked. They
cooked,
can make
bro.
things
They
interesting
were
with
trash
Rusty
regardless.
Brissett.
It doesn't matter who was your
Yeah,
quarterback.
Texans, they was kind of on the uptick. They were starting to win some games, but that's a two-team race at this point with Jacksonville and Indy, so they can
yeah, exactly. So
a
I
little
don't
too
really see
fast.
anything as a I don't see anything as a shock. I'll tell you that much. To be like, oh my God, this might affect this team from getting a wild card. At least I don't see any of that. The ones that's fighting for a wild card that's dealing with injuries, well, we know Lamar's back, but we still have to see what's gonna happen with what's his name? Joe Barrow. We still gotta see in December when he comes back, right? But other than that, I think It almost feels like the teams that's going through the real injuries, they're not making it to the playoffs anyway. The other teams is wild card or better, you know. So that's how I feel. Nothing really too much to talk about unless we see something interesting.
Yeah, I say the Bengals is cooked, bro. I don't care what nobody say they cooked.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're horrible.
You fuck
yeah,
around, lose to the
yeah.
Jets, you
That's what I'm
cooked. I
saying.
don't give a damn. That's a very crucial loss because it's like you got a very small margin for error,
'Cause-
and you losing to the Bears, to the not the Bengals, but the Jets. Yeah, yeah, they cook.
Yeah, and it's like
This is not the Joe Flacco magic from 2 years
that's
ago.
what I'm saying. And it's like gifting what's his name? Joe Barrow every time, right? Every time it's an injury, they always gifted to make a run or something. Nah, I don't think that's gonna keep happening now. He got all this money, right? And then nah, I don't believe it. So I think the Bengals all cooked pretty much. You want to see I still think the Ravens, speaking of quarterback injury, Lamar just came back. I would like to see the whole wild card race with him with the number seventh and number six seed, assuming Pittsburgh doesn't win the division. But I mean, we probably would feel safe to say that they will win for right now. Only for right now. We'll probably have a different discussion in a couple of weeks. But that's just how it is. So I mean, that's how I feel about the quarterback race with injuries right now. So,
Derek, what's your thoughts? QB injuries, Bengals, all that.
Yeah, it just seems to me like it's just it's fortunate. It's a fortunate convenience for the league that pretty much every quarterback injured was on a team that wasn't really going anywhere anyways. Uh, so I didn't really have much of a crazy reaction to anybody going down. In the same way that I just watched Gino go down, and I was just like, I'm never going to call injury fake, but I'm watching it in slow motion. I'm like, what even happened? like it's almost like that dude jumped on him just to be like, okay, there's something. That's probably what it was. Joe Burrow is set like money wise, so he might as well just sit out. There's no point in him even trying to come back. And with the Cardinals, like I said, not interesting regardless. Their division is way too good, kind of like how B alluded to earlier. It's like, what's even the point? He might as well just go ahead and try and like go back to baseball at this point. He's too small. All he wants to do is run around and throw and not get hit. So it's not too late to cash in on that talent elsewhere. I think
yeah,
I think the league's good on him.
I agree.
Yep, can't say it any better myself. So yeah, we're gonna start with the 9:30 a.m. Sunday football game. We got in Berlin the Falcons at the Colts. Colts 6.5 point favorite. Do they keep it going? Do they keep this hot streak going? Or they got to lose a couple games to keep Jacksonville back in it? Jacksonville, they right there. Jacksonville's right there, and it's clearly between those two in the AFC South. Dale, I'm gonna start with you.
Um, in this spot, it's really the unknown. They going international with it. And this spot, Atlanta always figures out a way to cover the spread as underdogs. Look at last week with New England, right? What are they, 6.5
Yes,
this
sir.
weekend?
Uh-huh.
So
Niggas covered that
they
shit.
they
Sir.
potentially can win the game if the offense is clicking, but I gotta go with Indy in this one just to win outright. Atlanta to cover.
B, who you got?
Actually, seeing that it was 5.5, right? So at first, I saw that 5.5, and you guys know how I feel about 5.5. So I'll just take the underdog with the spread. Every time I see 5.5, it's never failed yet, right? But I see now it changed to 6.5. Now with 6.5, that's basically saying that the favorites kicker is trash. Pretty much like when people got to read between the lines when it comes to certain odds. If a book or even a league, whoever's behind the spreads, right? If they mark you as a 6.5, that's probably saying that the favorites kicker is suspect. Pretty much, right? Am I right or wrong? Because you would just mark them as a 7 or a 7.5 for anybody listening, right? That's obvious. So if I got to put you as a 6.5, that's saying that you are 50-50 when it comes to making that extra point. So with that being said, not saying this is a pop is gonna happen for real, but I'm gonna have to take Atlanta for this game. Let me get Atlanta outright.
Derek, who you got?
I think that typically if it's an international game, it's a little more unpredictable. Because there's not as much home field advantage, the book's got to be like a lot tighter about who they just think is going to straight up win. I'm gonna have to go with the Colts, the team that's on a roll. Just this time for sure. I just think that the spread's a little bit too big considering where the game's being played for it not to be kind of straightforward.
Yeah. B, you gonna be on an island on that one, taking the Colts. Atlanta definitely covering the spread. This probably goes down to a field goal. They love it in the international countries and shit like that for the game. Probably comes down to a field goal. This is the most Atlanta shit to happen for a game to go down to a field goal. Give me the people in blue. Sunday, 1 p.m. We got the Ravens at the Minnesota Vikings. Vikings beat the Lions. Big shock there. JJ McCarthy's back, aka Nine, his new alter ego, kind of edgy. Supposedly Ravens 4.5 point favorite. Give me the right purple team, the good purple team to win that game, keep that winning streak going because they can't afford to lose any more games for real. Dell, who you got?
What we seen last week that happened to Detroit, do not believe that. Do not believe that's the Minnesota team that you're going to see week in and week out. Um, and Baltimore, they have to make a run, right? They have to.
They have to.
They have to. So in this case, I got to go with Baltimore. It's much more for them to play for than Minnesota because Minnesota, they're not making the playoffs this year. So
They could.
give me Baltimore.
B, who you got?
I think JJ McCarthy's a fraud, right? I just think he's a fraud. Period. If they win this game, so be it. Whatever. It's not like it's nothing surprising, but I'm not going with them. I'm going with Baltimore Ravens. What I think is going to happen with Baltimore Ravens is even if they don't actually make the playoffs, I can definitely see them in contentions. Like they're going to be around the number 7 or the number 8 seed. It's going to be one of those type of things, right? Like, oh, this team is going to be bounced out, but then they need this team to win to get in, and I think Baltimore will be involved in that. So in order for them to be involved in that, especially that we hitting the second half of the season, they have to, win a little bit more games, right? So I'm rolling with Baltimore in this one. I see that the line changed, but we'll see if it goes back before kickoff. Let me get the Ravens.
Derek, who you got?
Yeah, I'm kind of with you and Dell on the point that it's just like there's just more at stake for the Ravens. I feel like if they lost this game, then they wouldn't be able to get back in. The AFC North needs them to compete with the Steelers, so I'm gonna have to go with the Ravens, kind of all or nothing situation for them.
All right, real quick. Someone said, "How do we feel about the Cowboys player dying a year after his mother?" Derek, what was that you were saying about the story of how it happened? Because it sounded suspect as all hell.
Yeah, I didn't even know about the mother portion, but like when I was reading into the story, like just saying it out loud sounds kind of crazy. Like so it was like a traffic violation. The police rolled up on him, then they chased him, then they lost him, but then they found him with like a self-inflicted wound, which just sounds super suspect. Like just like considering how like if you just look at the police report, it's like yeah we put him over and then we lost him, but then when we found him he shot himself. It's like okay, um, obviously it's an awful situation all around, but it just feels like the more information that comes out about it, also the fact that like when it initially released, they were just like he died, he passed, he's gone, but they like didn't give the like and like initially they didn't give extra details even though
Exactly.
it's a
Yeah.
pretty open and
Real
shut thing
vague.
if you actually look at the report. It's just like oh they just found him with the gunshot wound, so it came out as a little bit shady to me. I mean,
Yeah.
and also just the fact that like he texted people goodbye, but then he was also driving in a manner that would like get him a traffic violation. It's like I don't know. It all just seems kind of hazy to me. Obviously, man, rest in peace to him. But it's just, I'm just interested to see what more details come out about it. I don't know if we're gonna find out that he has like some type of gambling debt or something. Who knows? It just seems like it's out of nowhere. And I just saw people posted about like he just recovered a touchdown a few days ago, and now all of a sudden he's telling people he can't do it anymore at all. It's just a really odd, sad situation. I can't explain it.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said on the show Monday, it's every single week you got a former owner, former player, somebody affiliated with an NFL team to pass it. Every single week, really
Mhm.
going before the season even started. You just go through look at all the weeks starting back to week one, even a little bit before that. Every
Right.
single week, there's a former NFL affiliated player or some shit owner, something coach that's
Yep.
passing every
Yep.
fucking week.
Yep.
NBA don't even do that shit. College football don't even do that shit. Only in the NFL, seemingly.
Yep. It's a good old NFL, baby.
Yeah. Yeah. Not for long. So yeah, I guess people finding out. Next game. We got the New England Patriots at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Buccaneers 2.5 point favorite, 64% of the money on the Bucks, and 62% of the bets on the Bucks as well. That is money line. B, who you got winning this game in the
I'm
Brady Bowl?
I'm rolling. Yeah, it's a good one. I'm rolling. I'm still here, y'all. I am rolling with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on this one in the Brady Bowl. For some reason, I won't be surprised if Buffalo steals. That's a maybe, right? But I feel strongly about it. I can see it happening that Buffalo can steal the the back into the division, right? Or they fight neck and neck. They're gonna tie it up. I think just the second half now. So I I don't see the Patriots just winning every single game on from now on. I don't really see that, right? For those that believe in the last week's game, they shouldn't have won by just 1 point. They technically should have blew them out, right? But since we didn't get that and Tampa Bay is quote unquote a better team, let me get let me get Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Derek, who you got?
Yeah, I'm also actually leaning the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on this game. I just feel like the streak that the Patriots have been on, Drake May's play, I don't think it's going to continue to just translate week after week after week after week. He might still have a good game, but I think this is a good opportunity for the Buccaneers to kind of like lower the hype a bit. But it really could go either way. But if I had to put my money on it, I would lean Tampa Bay.
Dale, who you got?
I love I love Tampa Bay this weekend, man. They coming off a bye. Er, New England, they've been winning against cupcake teams. New Orleans, Tennessee. Who else they played? Who they played last week?
Atlanta.
Atlanta,
I mean, they're not really cupcake, but it's not the top of the. It's not the cream of the top.
Buffalo.
Cream of the crop.
They beat Buffalo too.
A few weeks ago, yeah. But New England, if you really watch them play, it's really not a. They haven't been playing against competition. In Tampa Bay, in Tampa, on a low spread, on a
Mhm.
short number, I'm taking Tampa Bay all day with that.
That's facts.
Don't get me wrong, New England is not a. They're a good team, but come on, man. That's free money right there. Give me Tampa.
That's fact.
I think this shit gonna be a shootout. This should be the best 1 p.m. game on the slate. Looking at all the other games, there might be a game that sneaks up that you wouldn't even expect. But yeah, this New England Tampa Bay game, I'm gonna go with the old, or I guess the new Brady team that he played with, the Buccaneers, making a clean sweep. This shit gonna be a thriller, kind of like how that Bears Bengals game. This the one that's gonna be a thriller.
It
Bucks and
really
Patriots
it
on
really
the
didn't occur to me until Dell said it, like just how bad the the teams that the Patriots have been beating are. Like they beat the Dolphins, the Panthers, the Saints,
The
the Titans.
Raiders, I think, too, is on that list.
Saints, Titans, like Saints, Titans, Browns. Like we're talking about the
Yeah,
worst
Brown. Here you
teams
go,
in
Browns.
worst teams in the league. So it wouldn't surprise me if they drop it. They had like one really impressive victory, maybe over the Bills, but it's a divisional game, and it was early on in the season. So yeah, this will be a real test for them. So I definitely see them
And
dropping it.
when you look back at it, they struggled against New Orleans
Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah, they did.
defensive wise. Tennessee in the first half, they drove the ball down like they was moving the ball against them. Um, I don't know how much they beat Cleveland by, but
It was
uh,
big, but they struggled from what, at least the first half
the
and
first
then a
half,
little bit
right?
into the third, if I recall correctly.
And
Yeah,
you,
and then the Hunter Henry
it's
touchdown, I
just,
think, was kind of broke it open.
and we got to look at it as well. Todd Bowles, he usually call a lot of blitzes, and one thing the Patriots don't have good is a O line. Drake may always have to maneuver through the O line to try to, you know, make some magic happen. So
Miles Garrett had like 5 sacks on the nigga and they still lost. It was
imagine,
like, bruh. So yeah, imagine what the fuck the Bucks might be able to do. Not one player getting 5 sacks, but just
Mm.
putting it out
but
there.
getting 5 sacks, you should, be close to winning the game. But at the end of the day, Tampa, they have an offense. So,
And a quarterback.
and
So
I
the
think,
Browns
yeah, I
probably
think
got
New
one, but they don't
England
play 'em.
really, they're in trouble this weekend, to be honest.
It's a fact. They in trouble. Stop
So,
playing, man. They in trouble, man. Fuck out
for
of here.
real.
They can afford a loss, just like the Colts last week could afford a loss. New England can
Exactly.
afford a loss. They
Yeah,
not they shit. If they lost the next two, they be straight. They be
yeah,
straight.
they would.
Next game, no, we got the Jags and the Houston Texans with Davis Mills, not CJ Stroud. Jags 1.5 point favorite. Money and bet split 50-50. Damn near coin toss. You know, these divisional games could go either way. They could either want to keep Houston in the conversation for now before they just nix them out, or just say, fuck it, we just gonna have the Jags and the Colts. I'm gonna take the Jags on this one. Derek, who you got?
Yeah, even though I'm typically the resident Jags Trevor Lawrence hater, I can't in good faith pick Davis Mills over
Mhm.
them in a close divisional match. So I'm gonna have to go with Jacksonville.
B, who you got?
I'm taking Houston Texans. If the Colts can afford a loss, the Jaguars both can afford a loss as well. It won't make no difference with the standings. Um, and then Houston can creep up one game behind. So since I'm fading the Colts, I have no choice but to fade the Jaguars.
I see what you're saying.
You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying, right? So I'm looking at it like that. And I'm not gonna lie, every time Houston is always like some type of an underdog, I've been undefeated with Texans so far, betting them. So I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna take Houston Texans to beat the Jaguars.
Dale, who you got?
I could see this game going either way. I really don't. I really see it under in this game. Um, it's kind of hard to pick a side. If I was a betting man, I really wouldn't bet this game because Houston can either win, Jaguars can win. My thing about Houston is look at CJ Stroud behind that line, right? At least he's a little bit mobile. This dude, Davis Mills, is a statue. Can I really trust him to really move the ball? Can we?
No, not at all.
And we
No.
got to think about it. It's a quarterback league, right? I don't think Trevor Lawrence is all that, but he's better than Davis Mills. But then again, we got to see who's playing for Jaguars, their receiving core. It's just a fucked up game. But at the end of the day, just give me Jaguars. I'll take them to get the W.
All right. Next game. Cleveland Browns, New York Jets. Browns 2.5 point favorite. Do the Jets win their second game in a row against another Ohio team? B, I'm gonna start with you.
Um, I was rolling with the Jets at first, but I'm a I'm gonna take the Browns, right? But I won't be surprised if not a real injury, but some fake injury or some struggle happens from what's what Dylan Gabriel, right, or something like that. And because we're gonna have to see Shador
Hmm.
Sanders at some point. If not this game, maybe the next one. The next three coming games. Well, that's my opinion. I'm not
His
saying
time
this
is
is a
coming.
fact.
His time is coming.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. It's his time is coming.
Do the do the
We're not
watch.
stupid. The NFL needs to stop trying to play us regular watches and make it seem like they're not trying to play him or they don't want to play him or yes they are. They know what they're doing. They're being real smart about it, right? So at some point he's going to have to play, but doesn't mean that the Cleveland Browns can't win this game. I would like to see him come in this game. I hopefully that happens. That's my prediction. But for the long story short, let me get Cleveland Browns in this game.
Derek, who
Yeah,
you
this
got?
is the worst game of the weekend by far. I will be avoiding it at all costs. But I'm gonna have to go with because I really don't care who wins either way. I don't think it makes any difference for anybody. So I'm gonna just silently root for the. I'm not even gonna check on the score throughout the day. It means nothing to me. I might just pop in to see if Dylan Gabriel's doing terribly or not. Especially since they just sent Sauce away. So I feel like he's gonna feel like he can get some throws off. I'm hoping for 2 picks in the first half. Give me the Jets, words that you might never hear me say again. But two really terrible teams. But I just have a personal agenda. I'm not even a huge Shadur fan. I'm just curious. Like I just want to see what it looks like when he gets a chance. So I'm just ready for us to get it over with. So give me the Jets, believe it or not.
Hmm.
Dell, who you got?
Um, New York just made a fire sale with everybody. Um, the thing about it is people can be betting Cleveland just because of them seeing that, and that could be a trap. And Jets could, pull off the
56% of the money on Cleveland, 58% of the bets on Cleveland. So
the one thing. If I like Cleveland, if Garrett Wilson is out, if Garrett Wilson is playing, it kind of scares me a little bit. Um, but I gotta go with my gut. I think Cleveland will win the game, and not just going off of a gut feeling.
yeah, I think their magic ran out last week again, or what was that? 2 weeks ago, last week, 2 weeks, whatever fucking week ago
Mm-hmm.
it was. That shit ran out for that magical win that took them everything and they power to get it done and all that type of shit. I think it's gonna be back to regular scheduled programming. I know I talked to you about this beat like 2 weeks
Hmm.
ago. Just going back to losing. Game probably gonna be close. Probably unwatchable as hell, but probably close.
Okay.
Next game, we got the New Orleans Saints at the Carolina Panthers. Panthers 5.5 point favorite. That's something I'm not used to saying, but 5.5 point favorite over the Saints. Saints are 1-8. Divisional game. You never know how these things can shake up. Panthers are in the playoff conversation. I'm gonna say that again. The Panthers are in fact in the playoff conversation. They have a winning streak. They beat the Packers last week, and they was a huge underdog. Do they keep it going? Or is this the trap?
Mm.
Because it's a
Mm.
divisional game. This could be one of them lingering games too for red zone. It's gonna be that Tampa Bay New England game, and I think it's gonna be the Saints Panthers game. The two lingerings. Dell, I'm gonna start with you.
Bruh, I despise this Carolina team. You know me, I don't even like this team, right? But like you said, it's gonna be a close game. I would never lay 5.5 with Carolina. And like B always said, look out for the 5.5 with the underdogs, right?
That's a fact.
So if we're just going off of that, I fucking hate Carolina. Give me New Orleans.
He the biggest op. Derek, who you got?
Man, give me the Panthers, and it's my lock. locked in with the Panthers.
Damn,
Once,
what?
yeah, crazy, crazy. I know. The Saints are the worst team in the league. They know it. Quarterback situation is in shambles. The entire organization is basically just it's a lost cause at this point. I think they have nothing to play for. I think the Panthers have good momentum. Because of that, they're probably gonna get blown out. But you know what? I don't even care anymore. Just give me the Panthers. Just lock me in. I'm ready to be shamed.
That's crazy. It's gonna be two people picking the Panthers as a lock this week. That's wild. That's fucking wild. I never thought that would happen. We got ties. We got double locks on the Panthers. B, close it out. Who you
I
got?
mean, I understand it. I understand what y'all saying because 5.5. I'm not saying is 100% means the underdog wins, but for the most part, 98% of the time, the underdog at least covers at worst, right? So I say all that to say I'm rolling with the Saints on this one. Why is it 5.5? If the Saints is that bad, just give them. I know you're gonna say it's a division game, right? Shit, at least give him 8. You know what I'm saying? Like, why not 8 or 7? Why not just the touchdown? If the Saints is really that bad, I don't know why they got to cut it down to 5.5. That doesn't make no sense.
Mm.
5.5. That's not even that. That's less than what missing the extra point. Like you giving 5.5.
I think the Panthers barely even scored last week, too. So it's just a matter of like I just think it's gonna be an
Yeah.
ugly game in general.
That's probably. Oh shit. With that being said, shit. Let me get the Saints if it's gonna be an ugly game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on, we got the New York Giants at the Chicago Bears. Bears 4.5 point favorite. Last week they won against the Cincinnati Bengals. Giants, it ain't been right since Scat Pack gone. It's gonna be more of the same. Give me the guy who paints his fucking nails, man. I can't believe I'm picking him over the Dart Knight. That's crazy. But yeah, give me the Bears, man. B, who you got?
Yeah, let me get the Bears in that quarterback. Let me get him. Yeah, I mean, I see the line move, but I'm not saying that the Giants won't win no more. They'll probably play spoiler. I do believe you'll probably see that. Just look at the last 3 games, I would say, for the most part, of their schedule. You can look at that. But for now, I think they're going that little struggle until they officially eliminate it. Then you'll probably see them start to win games when they're officially eliminated. So let me get the Bears straight up.
Dale, who you got?
Caleb Williams. I can't stand him. I'm with you with on that one. Bruh, like every time I watch him play, he hold the ball too long. It's just bro, like what the fuck you doing? Just throw the ball, right? And I'm not saying the Giants are the best defense, but they have a good D line, and the number is kind of short.
hmm
What is it? 3.5? Two?
Leave
What?
it to
Three?
four.
I
I
see
think
four and a
4.5.
half.
Yeah,
Four and a
4.5.
half?
Yeah, it
I would
changed.
take honestly like this a pick 'em show. I would take Giants on the spread. If y'all was to bet, I would take Giants to score a touchdown on their first drive as well. For some reason, them niggas be moving the
Jackson
ball
Dart,
on that first
Jackson
drive.
Dart be throwing a quick dart, you know what I'm saying? Throwing a quick dart, or he running one in or whatever, the young goat himself. Yeah,
For some reason,
he doing
right?
his thing.
He do be doing this thing.
Give him some hope. Make it
But
seem like they really finna
I'm
fight.
a I'm a what you call that? This is a tough one too. Like Bears ain't just gonna just win this shit easy.
Oh hell no, they ain't gonna dog walk them niggas.
Um, but for them to stay,
Mhm.
I'm gonna do the Bears just cause this is what they were supposed to do last year, in a way. Just stay within the division. So just for them to keep up, I'm gonna take them. Just cause.
Derek, who you got?
Oddly, this is also a lock for me on the Bears. I just think home game. Spread is a little high for a reason, even though the weather is supposed to be not great. But no Scattaboo. Uh, young Jackson Dart on the road in a hostile environment, bad weather. I just see the Bears winning a little bit more comfortably than you would think. I see the Giants trying to pass early, get some quick passes off. He ends up with an interception and or a fumble. And I just see the Caleb Williams, oddly, his being a little bit more mature than Jackson Dart and being able to handle a game like this. So give me the Bears and lock it.
Let's go.
All right, next game. We got the 9.5 point favorite Buffalo Bills going to the Miami Dolphins. Dolphins need to sell everything, burn it, put it on a boat, ship it. I don't care what you do, just get rid of it. Yeah, I'm taking the Bills. Not really much to say there. B, who you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Bills too. You know, to keep it neck and neck with the Patriots, like I said. But even besides that, Miami's gonna go on one of their, rebrand or whatever it is. I don't think Tua is gonna be there for much longer. I know they're gonna change the coach. So yeah, just give me. But I don't see a. I really don't see an upset because if that happens, whoa, do we start to look at Buffalo as one of the teams that won't make it? I don't know if we can say that right now, right? So I think we could pump the brakes on that one. Let's. I'm rolling with Buffalo for this game.
Okay.
What happened? What
Nah, that
happened?
comment had me geek. Nah,
Uh,
the last comment nigga said shit. I'm high. I'm in the wrong game. It be like that sometimes, bro. I be like, man, who the fuck was I trying to watch, bro? And it's like, oh, this ain't even who I was trying to watch, man. Shit, who was I trying to watch?
shit
It
is
be like that
stupid.
sometimes. But but Dell, who you got?
I'm gonna go with Buffalo. It ain't really much to be said.
Derek, who you got?
If you're a spread picker, I think that this is one of those weird games where it's not going to be a blowout, but there's no way that the Bills lose. So I'm gonna have to go with the Bills for the pick 'em.
All right, next game Sunday, 4:05 p.m. We got the Arizona Cardinals with Jacoby Brissett as their starter at Seattle at the 12th man, who is a 6.5 point favorite. Derek, I'm gonna go back to you. Who you got winning this game, Ginger Jesus or Jacoby Brissett?
Man, I think Sam Darnold is gonna is just gonna light him up, honestly. And it's a home game for the Seahawks as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. I feel pretty comfortable about Seattle, so I'm gonna just ride with the Hawks.
Dell, who you got?
Um, I got a correlation with this game, so I gotta go with Seattle just because of that. The spread 6.5. I could see Arizona covering the game, but Seattle will prevail at the end of the game to do what they got to do for next week game that's gonna happen. So
Hmm. B, who you got?
Come on now, yo. Shout out to everybody that's starting to believe in Seattle, man. Right, Lobo? I try to tell these motherfuckers about Seattle, right? You know, they
Mm-hmm. You
what it is,
did. You
second,
did say something about
all right?
that.
Months ago, I tried to tell niggas, like, pay attention to them. Now, with that being said, we can slow the ropes, though. This is the second half of the season. We know how things can go. It can flip, right? So the way I'm seeing is what's the number that you officially had got? 6.5,
Spread
right?
was, yeah, 6.5.
Yeah, see, I it goes back to, even though I'm rocking with Seattle, I just can't go against what I said. There was another game that you spoke about a couple minutes ago that was 6.5, but I still feel the same way about this. Even though the Seahawks are -6.5, the Cardinals is a +6.5. And once again, what are you saying? Well, not disrespecting, but what you're saying is the favorites kicker is not trustworthy. Therefore, we have to put the 6.5 on the line, right? That's basically what it's saying, because it could be a 6 or a 7. You might as well say a 7 if you trust them. So this is a hard one, but but I can see Seattle winning, but not covering the spread,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right? You see what I'm saying, right? So
Mm-hmm.
let me get Seattle in this game.
That 6.5 right there tell you everything you need to
That's
know
a
because
that's a fact.
they
That's a
only got to
fact.
win by a touchdown. They gonna reel your ass in.
That's what I'm saying. It makes no sense.
Casual
Mm-hmm.
better.
How they do it.
It-
That's how they do it.
under a
Make
touchdown,
that shit a
honestly, makes no
clean
sense to
sweep
me.
too.
It makes unless you're
I
saying that I don't
I
trust the
think I know
kicker.
why. Another reason too is the way the Cardinals played on Monday Night Football. Of course, it's the Cowboys. Their defense makes everybody look good.
Hmm.
People gonna go into it thinking the same shit. The offense does, perform better with Jacoby Brissett compared to Kyler Murray. I don't
Hmm.
think it's enough to get the win. Could it be
Fair.
close? Absolutely. But I think the 12th man, they're gonna take this one,
That's
and
what
it's
I'm
gonna
saying.
raise
Let
the
me.
stakes for next week.
I'm gonna tell y'all something too. Like that little point make a difference because if it was 7.5, I would love Seattle in a fucking blowout spot.
I would feel more better about that game. That's
Yeah,
what I'm trying to say. You giving me more than a touchdown with the extra point.
yeah.
You
Now,
giving me
yeah,
But a
less. You
six and a
saying,
half, not
yeah. That
so
should make
much.
it. That should make it fishy, bro.
yeah, I don't trust the kicker. That's what. What do you know? When the books always line up 6.5, this is always weird to me. I'm not gonna lie to you, right? Because I'm like, what are you trying to tell us? Why is 6.5? It got to be something fishy about that. It has to be. So yeah, I mean, that's how I feel. It's weird. 6.5. I never understood that spread ever in my life. Makes no sense.
6.5, 9.5, and 2.5.
They really
Mm-hmm.
technically don't make no sense unless you're really telling me I don't trust the kicker. Because like you guys said, what you just said, Dale, you said 2.5, 6.5, and what 9.5, right?
9.5. Yeah.
If you really think about that, all of those are saying that we don't trust the kicker. Because in order to get a full 3 points, you need a kicker. In order to get the 7, you need a kicker. In order to get 10 points, you need a touchdown with the kicker and then another
Hmm.
kicker again. So if people realize that what Dale just said is actually true, we don't trust the kicker or some fishy shit gonna happen. Therefore, I'll stick with the Seahawks in a close game, but I won't be surprised if Cardinals cover or even win the game outright because of the kicker.
Mm.
Next game, Sunday, 4:25 p.m. We got the LA Rams 4.5 point favorite at the Niners, who are banged up as all hell, but somehow keep winning games. Dale, I'm gonna start with you. Who you got winning this game?
Um, like I said, last game was a correlation. This is just a correlation play that I've been thinking. So next week, the Rams and the Seahawks play. If they both win these games, they'll be playing for number one in the NFC West. So I think they want that game to happen so people can get in tune with that game to watch it. NFL equals ratings. So I'm gonna just go off of that. So I'm gonna go with LA Rams beating the Niners just because next week LA Rams and Seattle can play for that number one spot in the NFC West.
Derek, who you got?
I just feel like the 49ers keep making miracles happen. I feel like based on the way that people are talking about how much they're banged up and how the Rams are just simply a better team, Matthew Stafford leading the league in touchdowns, it just feels like why is the spread so low? I feel like with this coaching matchup and the way that the division is going, like there's a time for a get back. I'm gonna just go with the 49ers in an upset because I just feel like I'm always leaning on the Rams, and this feels like a good time for them to drop one because they can afford to. So I'm gonna go with the 49ers actually.
I still think about how that Thursday night football game ended in
Yeah,
their
you
first
gotta.
matchup.
y-
Which one?
It,
Which one? Which one you
And
talking
I
about?
think they do for a motherfucking loss. I'm taking the Rams in that one. Had the Rams have won the first one, maybe a different conversation. But man, give me the Rams on this one
Low to
because you got to
piggyback
split the
off of
division on that one.
to piggyback off what you said in that Thursday night game, the Niners caught the Rams off guard. I'm gonna be honest. But you see, as the game went on, the Rams started showing their dominance over them, right? So,
Yeah.
with that being said, the Rams lost because Kyron Williams fumbled the ball. If we want to keep it 100, so I don't think that's gonna repeat itself.
B, who you got?
I'm rolling. I mean, I'm rolling with the Rams on this one. I feel confident with the Rams, even though I do know throughout history, right? The 49ers usually have the Rams. They usually have them, during the football, during the season. I would say, but I, I don't listen. Listen, I know I picked the 49ers at the right time. I'm successful when I pick them at the right time, but I'm gonna have to fade them on this one. I just don't see this whole Purdy thing and Mac Jones thing is still kind of weird to me, right? It's like, okay, we paid Purdy all this money, so if Mac Jones keep having success, what does that
Mm-hmm.
do? It's like I always say, are you getting paid to actually take a step back? That's what it's looking like right now. But let's just assume, right? Let's assume that's not what it is. Let me get the Rams on this one. And y'all was talking about that last game between them two. Let me get the Rams on this one. Rams.
All right, next game. 8.5 point favorite Detroit Lions had that fluke loss last week.
Mm.
Now they travel to that same football field, that same stadium where JD5 got hurt on Sunday Night Football. Hopefully, no injuries happen on this field again because there's way too many to list. I expect the Lions to bounce back in this game. Give me Detroit in this one. I don't trust Mariota like that. Maybe make it a little bit better than they had last week where they was getting their ass throttled. Pause. But give me the Lions. B, who you got?
Yeah, let me get the Lions. It would be crazy if the books and the league had the Lions lose, right? Like being what was they, a 9 point favorite last week or some shit like that? It was a high favorite, right?
I
So
think so.
imagine they blow it twice again like that. I mean, it's possible, but I hope I wouldn't see no shit like that. That would be mad. That would be wild, right? But I think the Lions will just win this game. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think the Lions win this game. Let me get the Lions though. I don't think they blow it like that twice in a row. We could be wrong, but let's get the Lions in this.
Derek, who you got?
Yeah, there are some teams where I feel like if they had a bad loss like that, where they were expected to win, they wouldn't bounce back. But the way that this team is coached, the character that they have at the head of the team, I just don't see them not bouncing back. And if they were going up against a competent quarterback, then maybe I'd be like, they could. But I just feel like this is a good opportunity for them to torture Mariota, torture the Commanders. And I feel like this is one of those games where I actually feel like all the other games this week, I haven't felt really confident about like it being a comfortable win. But I feel like this is the one with the Lions, so I'm gonna go with them.
Dale, who you got?
Detroit.
Keeping it simple. Sunday Night Football, we got the 2.5 point favorite Pittsburgh Steelers at the LA Chargers, which is basically another home game for the Steelers because, again, there's not a whole bunch of Chargers fans like that. If they out now, they bandwagon. I don't care what nobody say. Who wins this game? Because you never know what you're going to get with the Chargers or the Steelers. Steelers look great one week, terrible the next. Even when they win some of these games, they look terrible offensively. Chargers, you really don't know what the fuck you're going to get from time to time with them. They almost lost to the Titans last week. Derek, who you got winning this game?
The AFC West stays interesting. Nothing's gonna put more pressure on the Chiefs than the two teams that they're competing with both winning, like the Broncos just did. I think that the Chargers also will win at home because this serves both purposes of keeping the AFC North interesting and keeping the AFC West interesting simultaneously. So I'm gonna lean LA.
Good point. Dale, who you got?
Give me the Chargers just because the Ravens got to get back into the AFC North and the Steelers can't get too much ahead. And like I said, I like that Week 18 matchup with the Broncos and the Chargers. So they got to keep up as well.
B, who you got?
Damn, this is a hard one. And y'all got some great points. You have some great points. I do see that this line changed, right? So this wasn't originally 2.5. So I had this on my radar and I was paying attention to it, and I saw it drop down to 2.5. I'm gonna have to go with the Steelers in this game, right? I'm gonna have to go with the Steelers, right? But that doesn't take anything away from the Ravens. And because if we have the 6 seeds and the 5 seeds or 7 seeds also do bad, or whatever the Ravens in, if they have teams around them also do bad, it can still save them even if the Steelers win. Now, if we talking the Ravens winning the division, well, obviously we need the Steelers to lose. But if it's just them getting a 7, 6, or 5 spot, if the teams around them, which is in the fifth, sixth, or whatever spot the Ravens is in, if those other teams lose, it can still keep them in float. That's just what I'm going by, right? And then you still want to make a case for the Chiefs as well, unless they're just finished, right? We won't know. This is their bye week, right? So, but since it's their bye week, Chargers winning because the Broncos just won, right? So the Chargers winning, that even makes it worse for the Chiefs on a bye week. Let me get the Steelers.
Interesting point. Yeah, I'm leaning more towards the Chargers on this game. Though there is one thing to note, there's still plenty of time for either the Broncos losing games or shit the Steelers after this week anyway for the
Yeah,
Ravens to
true.
come back and make things interesting and so on and so forth. Same with the Chiefs. But I'm gonna take the Chargers on this one. If the Steelers won, I wouldn't be too surprised. It's just a little suspect how they got the win over the Colts, the
Yeah,
most
you're
hyped
right.
team at the
Yep.
point. I
Yep.
expect a letdown. Close game, but a letdown.
Yep.
And then we got Monday Night Football, Philadelphia Eagles at Green Bay. Packers, 1.5 point favorite, 58% of money on the Packers, and 59% of the bets on the Packers. Last week didn't look too hot for them. They played down to their competition. Dell has mentioned that before. Played down to the Panthers, but I was telling them Bryce Young has performed well against the Packers in the past, and it was something funny about that game. It was like the spread big as hell, and the Panthers had a winning streak. So it's just something don't add up here. If it was Andy Dalton, I'd understand. But anyway, B, who you got win this game?
I'm
Eagles,
I'm
Packers.
no, I'm rolling with the Packers on this one. I think the Packers can quote unquote get a rebound. It's not like it puts them over all first place anyway, so they don't have to worry about that. The Eagles will still be afloat because they'll still be leading the division. I just don't see them to be like superior, like just because it's the Eagles and they won the Super Bowl. I don't see that. But I can see the Packers because if I'm betting the Bears, which I said the Bears, and I think a couple of you guys got Minnesota, right? And then who else we got? The Lions.
Nobody picked Minnesota.
Nobody picked Minnesota? No? Okay, so
No.
everybody faded them on Minnesota. Okay, well, I picked the Bears, and I don't know if there's anyone else that got the Bears. And then who else? Did the Lions, right? So I don't know if I see them
Yeah, yeah.
passing. I don't see them passing Green Bay. That's just my thought. Let me get Green Bay on this one. Green Bay.
Derek, who you got?
I cannot unsee what I saw from Green Bay last week. I saw maybe some of the worst passes I've ever seen. I know y'all saw that clip of Jordan Love running around and then threw the ball up. There's literally
He
none of
said,
his teammates in the frame, wide
Homeboy
open
dropped the
to
pick on purpose too.
he
Like,
dropped
oh,
a
I
Yeah,
can't catch it.
yeah.
Like,
he
nigga.
Yep.
threw a short punt to the other team in the end zone and they just dropped it. I can't in good conscience pick them this week. I'm actually have to go with the Eagles. I think that there's nothing positive going on in the NFC East currently. I think that somebody has to come out and perform well for them. Commanders got a backup quarterback. Cowboys are losing players literally. Uh, the the Giants have lost players to injury, and they're probably going to lose this week. So something good has to come from the NFC East, and I think it would be good for them to show out in prime time. So I'm gonna have to go with them. I don't see Jordan Love showing up in bright lights.
Dang.
Dell, who you got?
Oh man, I gotta disagree with you on that one, Derek. I see Green Bay bouncing back, bro. I just hate putting my money on these niggas, man. Like, bro, every fucking time,
Yeah, they
bro.
will fuck you on
You gotta
that
be
damn on the
careful.
parlay. They fuck you on
Yeah,
that shit.
gotta
Bro,
be careful when to bet them. That ass. You gotta be careful.
but every game with them is fucking close, bro.
Yep.
Like every, bruh. I told Lo the other week that they play to their competition. Green Bay, they finna go stupid on Monday after coming off that embarrassing loss to the Panthers. Do I think it's gonna be a blowout? Nah, I think they'll cover the spread though. So
Mm, there you
Yeah,
go.
this one was tough for me. Like on one end, Philly, if they lose, they don't really lose much. That at this point, it's their division to lose. Like you said, with the Cowboys, Commies, and the Giants. Green
Mhm.
Bay, they can't lose ground. They really can't. Because if they lose, that's already 3 losses, and then they got the tie too on top of that. I'm gonna take the Packers on this one.
mhm.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Packers on this one. The
Fact.
superior green team.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I got a funny feeling about that game just overall. Anyway, moving on to the locks of the week. Derek had the
Oh,
Panthers and the Bears, teams that you did
Very,
not
very
pick.
weird. I know. Very
yeah.
odd.
DJ Moore would be proud. I got the Ravens and the Panthers this week. Dell, who do you got?
Give me the Rams and the Seahawks.
And B, who you got?
Oh, ho, ho, ho. Give me Tampa Bay and oh, give me Tampa Bay and Green Bay.
I like that.
The Bays.
The
Okay,
Bays.
you got the Bays.
I like that
Okay,
shit.
y'all got any closing thoughts, anything for the week? Anything like that? I don't think I got none. Nah, I ain't got none.
Uh, oh, shout out to everybody that we had a nice sweet parlay last week. The original one until I switched to the Chiefs, but the ones who took the original one, we got a nice sweep. So like on the picks from college and NFL, so that was like two in a row or something. Let's go for three in a row this week. So yeah, I mean, nice. There you go. That's it.
Oh, if one streaming service is giving you problems, don't go sign up for another one. Just find just find a good pirate ship that you like. Don't
Mm,
don't bend the knee. Don't be like, oh, I'm trying to side with this company over this company. Hey, bro, don't even worry about it. Just just Google it. Ask a friend to ask a friend. Go to Reddit.
Reddit,
Find a
it's
solution.
there.
Quit signing up for shit. Quit giving people your money. Everything is digital. You're just borrowing everything. Nothing actually belongs to you. You might as well just find your own way.
in fact, if you know, you know. Put pretty much people. If you know, you know. That's what he mean.
Yep. Just stream to the east. I don't condone
That's
drugs, but just stream to the crack.
that's it.
I don't condone drugs, but you just stream to the meth. Just there's that. Some things be HD and people call them Papa. Anyway, we gonna
That's
slide
it.
up out of here, man. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell. Wear condoms. Say no to drugs. Again, say no to drugs. Take pirate ships if you need to. Other than that, we out.